Hello there and welcome back to my channel. I have a highly requested video for you all today. If you haven't heard, Bridget from the Lettered Classroom and I have teamed up and created our own digital planner. I have to apologize to Billy because I think I'm in love with it. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all a full tutorial of our Google Slides digital teacher planner. Now, if you are interested in purchasing your own digital teacher planner from us so you can follow along with the tutorial, I will link our store for you down in the description box. And just to be clear, we have two main versions of our planner. One version is a PDF. That is best used on tablets if you are choosing to write with a stylus or an Apple Pencil. Bridget is going to be doing a full tutorial for that planner version. The other version is Google Slides, which I'm going to be showing you in today's video. That is best used if you are wanting to type into your planner on either a computer or a tablet. Let's start by covering the different variations of the Google Slides digital teacher planner. Now, there are 4 different Google Slides teacher planners, and they are different based on either the orientation or the calendar year. For orientation, we have both landscape and portrait. For the calendar year, we have either the school calendar year, at least here in the United States, which would be July to June, and the standard calendar year, which is January to December. So just to show you how these are slightly different, this first teacher planner is the portrait orientation, and it is July to June. So you will notice the months on the side and the months at the bottom run from July to June. So they start in the year 2020 and they end in the year 2021. Next, we have the landscape version. So the months are still the same, but this one is almost like turned on its side. Personally, I think it takes up a little bit more of the screen, but everyone has different preferences. Next, we have the 2021, which runs from January to December. So if you look at the calendar year, it is only the year 2021, and this is the portrait version, but we also have that one in a landscape version as well. Which one you choose is completely your preference, but for this tutorial video, I'm going to be showing you the July to June landscape version of the Google Slides digital teacher planner. Next, let's talk about how to import the Google Slides digital teacher planner onto your device. Now, you can use our Google Slides digital teacher planner on any device. All you need is a Google account, which is free. If you do not already have one, I will leave a link down in the description box where you can sign up for one, and you need internet access. You can use the Google Slides digital teacher planner on a desktop computer, on a laptop, on a tablet, PC, Mac, it doesn't matter. You can access it on the device of your choice, so long as you have that Google account and internet access. And actually, once you download the planner, you don't even need internet access, but I will show you that later in the video. Once you purchase your Google Slides digital teacher planner from our store, you are going to receive a PDF. Once you download that PDF, go ahead and open it. We have included access directions for Google Slides, but I'm going to show you because it's very simple. All you need to do is click the blue "Click here to access your planner" button. Once you click that, it's going to prompt you to make a copy. This is going to save that digital teacher planner to your Google Drive so that you can access it on different devices and you can easily edit and customize it. So all you need to do is click the blue "Make a Copy" button. It is going to take a minute as it saves it to your drive, but once it opens up, one of the first things I recommend doing is actually changing the title to something more personal to you. So I'm going to change my title to say Miss Foray's Digital Teacher Planner. So I can use my digital teacher planner on my school computer, and then when I come home, I can access it on my personal computer or on my laptop or on my iPad if I'm going to be traveling. So I really love that it's very versatile and it can be accessed on so many different devices. Next, let's move into the main features of the Google Slides digital teacher planner. We're going to start with links. One of the things I love about Bridget and I's digital teacher planner is that it is already linked for you, and those links are going to save you a lot of time and make it really easy for you to access what you need. Within the Google Slides version of the digital teacher planner, there are actually 2 different ways you can access the links. The first way is to click the Present button up at the top. This is going to open your planner in a full screen mode. Now, I'm on the cover of my planner, so in order to get to the home page where all of my links are, I'm just going to click, or I can hit enter on my keyboard, And this is like my homepage where all of my main links are. So in order to use any of the links, all I need to do is click on it. It will take me there. Once I want to go back to home, I'm going to click the home button up at the top, and it's going to send me back to that home page. Now, the second way you can access the links is just in the regular edit mode. It just takes a little bit more effort. If I want to go to that special dates page, I'm going to click once, and you will notice that slide is going to pop up. I'm going to click a second time in order to go to that slide. So let me show that again with the home button. I'm going to click and then click the slide, and it will take me back. So there is an extra click involved, but you can do it right in edit mode rather than going into present mode. It all depends on what you're doing. If you're in the middle of editing your plans, you might want to just use the links within edit mode and have that extra click. But if you're trying to view your planner and look at things, maybe you're planning with your team, you might want to go into present mode because it is a little bit faster. Now, in order to show you some of the features of this planner, I'm going to go back into present mode so that it's taking up the full screen. Let's start with the links across the top because these are on every single page of the planner except for, the cover. So on the home page, you actually have our logo. This is going to take you to our home page if you want to shop for other planners or planner stickers, which we will talk about later on. Then you have the home button. Next, this light bulb takes you to our idea tracker. I don't know about you, but I feel like I always have ideas popping into my head. So this is a place to leave those so that you can always come back and look back on them, because a lot of times the ideas I have are not for now, it's for a month from now or 6 months from now. Now there's two different columns, there's notes and visuals. So notes is where you would actually type out your ideas, but maybe you have a picture of something you want to include, you can pop that onto the visual side. The next link goes to our task tracker. The task tracker is perfect for obviously tracking your tasks, but it's great for you figuring out what are those things that I have to do every single month or every single week or even every single day. And we also have included the Eisenhower matrix, which is something we've talked about on our podcast a lot. It's a great way to be able to prioritize your tasks and figure out what you need to be doing first. So it's broken into important and not important, as well as urgent and not urgent. Next, we have just a blank piece of paper. So this is great for adding your own shapes or text boxes or images on. We also have lined paper. Now, even though this version is made for you to type on the computer, you can print it as well. So we included that lined paper in case you do ever want to print a page and have those lines to write on. Then we have the grid paper. We also have dot paper. This is great for like bullet journaling, so you can do it digitally on the computer, or again, you can print it out. Next, we have our planning sticker page. This is a great place to house all of those stickers that you are using digitally in your planner, so you can easily copy and paste them onto the pages you need. We're gonna come back to this though later on in the video. Then we have these colored templates. These are made for you to create your own templates because we know everyone has different needs. Now, this colored bar at the top is a great place to put the title, and then you have a blank slide to be able to put whatever you want on it. Maybe your district has a specific template you need, you can actually pop that right onto this page. So we have included just 6 different colors so you can store 6 different templates. Now I'm gonna go back to the home page. All of those gray bars are linked to different templates that are already ready to go. So we have special dates, and I'm now just gonna use the keys on my keyboard to go page after page because these are all in order. So this is a great place to put any days off from school or any meetings that you might have. Then we have the class schedule. I know personally I have different schedules based on the day of the week, so this is a great area to be able to store those. You have the days of the week at the top, but you also have 4 different schedule options at the bottom. So if you have maybe an early dismissal schedule or a delayed opening schedule, you can include those here as well. Then we have account information for you to store all of your different passwords and usernames for accounts. Then we have student information, and we actually have 3 different templates for student information. I'm gonna show you real quick. If I go back to the home page, student information is just one button, but once I'm there, I can use my arrow keys in order to go to the different pages. The first one is just for basic contact information and addresses. Then we do have one for medical information as well as special education. Then we have transportation information, and we have included one for the morning as well as the afternoon. We have a communication log for you to keep track of all of those communications with families. And this page is meant to be duplicated so you could have a separate one for each student. Then we have a spot for you to track those dates for your specific meetings and PDs, as well as a resources and notes page. I know personally during a PD, I'm always taking notes, so you can pop those in right here, as well as a spot for images if you want to include those. Then we have our project planning organizer. Bridget and I talk about this all the time. Lesson planning, for example, is a project. It's actually made up of a bunch of different to-dos, so this is a great place for you to be able to organize all of that information. Then we do have a spot for a student gradebook. In order to make the text large enough for you to see, we have limited it to less rows, but again, you can always duplicate this page if you're going to have multiple students. We also have a just general student checklist, so if this is for field trips or maybe papers are turning in at the beginning of the year, you have that. Then we have a beginning of the year checklist. We've already included so many of the different tasks students or teachers have to do at the beginning of the year, as well as included some areas for you to add in your own. We have the same thing for field trips as well as conferences, and we've included a spot for you to list out your conferences and a spot for you to plan parties as well as the end of the year. We also have a blank checklist page, so you can insert your own checklist. Maybe you have one for the morning time or the afternoon time. Maybe you have a Sunday planning checklist or a Friday afternoon checklist before you leave for the week. You can insert those all here. Then we have a spot for yearly planning. This is more so like your curriculum. What are you teaching during each month? We also have quarterly planning, so if you'd rather break it down by quarter, you can. We have a spot for you to put important dates, write down any to-dos you have, as well as notes. So we have that for each of the different quarters. Then we go into our monthly planning. So we have a spot for you to write your focus for the month, as well as those important dates, those to-dos, but we also have included those calendars. I know when I'm planning a month, I really like to be able to look maybe ahead a month or back a month or 6 months ahead of time to be able to see what that month looks like. Then we have a spot for weekly planning. We have both options for days of the week as well as a 7-day rotation, and we have a spot for to-dos and general notes. Then we have daily planning. So if you really want to go into detail with your day, maybe plan out hour by hour, we have a spot for you for that. Then we go into our actual months. Now, just to show you, the month of July, because that's the calendar I'm on, has now turned black. So that will help you track what month you're actually on. And these months on the side are actually all linked. So if I want to go to September, I can click on September. If I want to go to November, I can click on November and I can go back. Super easy. Within this calendar page, and then finally, we have the daily planning page. So if you really want to go into detail for a specific day, if you want to schedule it hour by hour, we have a page for you to do that. Next, let's talk about the monthly and weekly planning pages. These are the pages that you are going to use most when you're actually lesson planning, and there's a few different ways you can get to them. First of all, the months on the side are linked. So if I want to go to the month of July, I click on July. If I want to go to August, I click on August. You will notice that it will turn black as you click on it to let you know which month you are in. But we also can get to it from that home page. So I'm going to click on the home button. I can click on any of the calendars down here to go directly to that month. So for example, I can click on September and it will take me to September. Now within that monthly calendar page, we have linked to several different things as well. We've included a calendar for the month prior as well as the month after, and both of those are linked. So if I want to go to August, I can click on August. And if I want to go back to September, I can click on September, as well as each week. So because we know that teachers plan week by week, we have actually linked each week to a weekly planning page. So those links are right over here on the side. Now we have left the actual week number blank because we know some teachers like to number the weeks based on the week of the month, so week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but some teachers like to keep track of the total number of weeks for the school year, so they might get up to week 20, week 21, and so on. So we've left that blank for you to actually type in what week number it is, or you can leave it blank if you don't care about tracking that at all. But each of these is actually linked to that weekly planning page. So I can click on this one and it takes me here. If I want to go back to that month, I can just click on September on the side and it takes me back. I can click on the next week and it takes me there. But again, these are sequential order, so I can also use the keys on my keyboard. I can hit forward to go week by week through September, and then I get to the next month, which is October. And again, I can use my arrow keys just to go 1 week at a time. Now I'm gonna go back to September and I'm gonna go to this week right here. This is my first week of school. I wanna talk a little bit about these weekly planning pages. Again, if you are gonna track the week number, we do have a spot for that up here at the top. And then we have our weekly planning pages just go from Monday through Friday, since this is geared toward teachers. But if you are wanting to plan out your Saturday and Sunday, we have included 2 blank boxes on every weekly page. Over here on the side, on the portrait version, they're down at the bottom. But you can edit the bar, type in Sunday, Saturday, and you can plan out those days as well. Next, let's talk about how to edit and customize your planner. I am in present mode, so in order to get back to edit mode, I'm just gonna hit escape on my keyboard. This is the mode I want to be in whenever I'm editing my planning pages. One of the first things I want to show you is how to actually add in additional pages. Previously, I mentioned the communication log. That is a page that I would want to have separate for every student. So I'm gonna go ahead and click to my communication log, and I'm gonna show you how to duplicate this page. That's going to make a copy of it. So I have a couple different ways I can do that. Over on the side, I can right click and choose duplicate slide, or you can use a keyboard shortcut. On a Mac, it's Command D. On a PC, it's Control D, and that's going to duplicate that page. Now, just to show you, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this just a few more times. I'm gonna make 4 copies of it. I'm gonna come back up to my home page. I'm gonna go ahead into present mode. The links are not gonna be messed up. Don't even worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and click on communication log. It's gonna take me to that first page. But if I wanna click through and see the different students, I can either just click and it's gonna go from page to page, or I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard and just go forward or backward in order to scroll through those different pages. Now let's talk about actually editing the planner. It's just like you would edit any Google Slides. It's very simple. Let's come to one of the weekly planning pages. So let's go to September and let's go to this week right here. So maybe I am tracking my weeks by the weeks of the school year, and this is my first week of school. I've already inserted a text box for you all. So all I have to do is click here, and then I can go ahead and type in the number 1 to track week 1. If I want to customize the font, I can right up here in my toolbar. I can change the size, the font, the color, all of that. Then where my actual weekly boxes are, I can type right in there. I do notice that I have the date right up in the corner, so I might actually want to enter and then start typing. So I might type first day of school, and then I can type my plans. If I want to, I can center the text. I can just highlight, choose center if I'd rather it be center aligned. Again, you can change the font, the size, the color in order to fit your needs. I also mentioned you could use those side boxes for Saturday and Sunday. So I can triple click that box and then start typing. So I might say Sunday and Saturday. Or you can always right click and choose edit text and then start typing as well. Now I also mentioned you can insert images. So in order to show you that, I'm actually gonna show you how to insert planning stickers, because those are my favorite images to insert into my teacher planner. Bridget and I actually have created a free set of planning stickers for you that you can go and download. So I will link that for you down in the description box. Those are the stickers I'm gonna show you in this video. Once you download them, it's actually going to be a zip file. So you're gonna need to unzip that file and extract the files. So on a Mac, you're just gonna double click. On a PC, I think you have to right click and choose extract all. I'm gonna open up that folder and you will see we have included 10 different stickers for you. Now, I can insert these a few different ways. I can actually click and drag and bring it over onto the slide, or from the slide, I can click on the image button, choose upload from computer, and then I can go in and find the sticker I want. So maybe I want to insert a power list. This is also something we talk about on our podcast. A power list is a list of 3 things you're going to accomplish for that day. I can click on open and it's going to insert it onto the slide. Then I just need to resize it so it will fit in that daily box. So I'm going to click and drag. in order to make it smaller. And now I'm just kind of centering it. I might even make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I can actually resize it so it goes directly to those lines. Perfect. Now, I mentioned we had that planning sticker slide where you can actually save these so it's easy to copy and paste. I do recommend adding the stickers onto the page first and resizing them, and then transferring them onto your planning sticker page. So in order to put it on my planning sticker page, I'm going to right click and choose copy. Then I'm going to come to the planning sticker slide, and I'm going to right click and choose paste. Then I can arrange it, and I can maybe create categories of different planning stickers if I wanted to, but it's very, very simple. Now let's go back to that September slide. So I'm gonna go to September and choose that week. Now, if I want to actually fill out my power list, this is an image, so I need to add text boxes on top of it. I'm going to zoom in so it's a little bit easier to see, and I'm going to click on text box. Then I'm just going to click and drag to create a text box where I want it, and I would type maybe film video. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to Century Gothic, which is one of my favorites, and maybe I'm gonna make it size 10, so it's a little bit smaller. I can then click and drag this text box in order to line it up where I want it, and then I can duplicate it. So again, I'm doing Command D, but if you're on a PC, it would be Control D, and I'm just gonna line it up. I might move it up a little bit. Good, I'm gonna do that one more time. Duplicate, put it there. Okay, maybe move it up just a smidge. Okay, now that I have all three of these text boxes, maybe I want to put the power list on every single day of the week. I can actually select them and copy and paste them all at once. So I'm gonna first click on the power list. So in order to copy and paste them all at once, I'm gonna select the power list, and then I'm going to hold down Shift and click on the other text boxes. If you're on a PC, I think it's Control instead of Shift, but play around with it. I've now selected all of these, so I'm going to right click and choose copy, right click and choose paste, and then I can actually go ahead and move this over with all of those text boxes already inserted in for me. So all I have to do is go in and edit the text. So those are the basics for editing the planner, but keep in mind you can get as fancy as you want with it. Finally, let's talk about some quick tips that will make your planning experience even better. The first quick tip is to add your digital teacher planner to your Start section. So on my planner, I'm gonna come up here and just click the star. It's gonna change from white to yellow. That means it has been added to my Start section. So if I come back to Google Drive, over on the side I have the Start section. This is basically a place for you to like bookmark the files that you're using most often, which you will be using your teacher planner very often. So by adding it to your Start, it makes it really easy for you to find it when you need it. The second tip is to make your teacher planner available offline. I mentioned earlier in the video that you don't even have to be online when you're using your teacher planner. If you go to File and then choose Make Available Offline, this will actually allow you to continue to edit your teacher planner even if you don't have internet. Let's say you're going on a road trip and you're not gonna have Wi-Fi, but you want to be able to lesson plan while you're in the car. Obviously, someone else is driving. Before you leave, when you do have access to Wi-Fi, if you go ahead and make it available offline, then you can edit your teacher planner while you're in the car on a laptop or on an iPad. And then once you do get to Wi-Fi, it's going to update in your Google Drive so that if you then go to a desktop computer that's on Wi-Fi, you will have the most current version of your teacher planner. The last quick tip I wanted to share with you all is to use Google Keep along with your teacher planner. So let me show you how that works. I feel like this is really useful when you're creating that to-do list as you're planning out your week. I don't know about you, but when I'm planning my week, I'm always creating a list of all of the things that I have to do. So let's go ahead to September, and let's say I'm planning the second week of school. As I'm planning out this week and I'm making that to-do list, I can come over to Google Keep. Now, if you don't see this side panel, there's just a button at the bottom that will show and hide it. Google Keep is the yellow logo that looks like a sticky note with a light bulb. Once you click on that, I can either take a note, which is just gonna be text, or I can actually create a list. That's going to allow me to check off the boxes, which is what I want for a to-do list. So I'm gonna click on New List. You will notice that this set of slides is already linked to it, which is exactly what I want. So maybe this would say next week planning to do. And then as I think of the things I need to do, like copy papers, cut papers, etc., I can add it to that list. Then if I click done, I'm going to close out of my teacher planner and come back to Google Drive. You also have access to Google Keep in Google Drive, so I'm going to click on that. If I click on this note, and again, those slides are linked, when I open them up, it will take a second. Instead of just opening my digital teacher planner, it actually will take me directly to that slide I was working on. So I feel like it's a great time saver as you're planning out your weeks and making your to-do lists. So that is a basic tutorial for our Google Slides digital teacher planner. I really hope it was helpful. If it was, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you are interested in the PDF version that you can use on an iPad or a tablet with either an Apple Pencil or a stylus, and you can actually handwrite directly onto the planning pages, make sure you check out Bridget's tutorial video for that. She's going to show you exactly how she uses it on her iPad. If you are interested in purchasing any of our digital teacher planners, whether it's the PDF version or the Google Slides, make sure you check out the link in the description box. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.